Moon. That spells 1-star reviews at The Stand. Let's see what Goodreads has to offer. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave Musson at Dave Musson on Instagram, and this is a place where I talk to you about all things Stephen King. And in this video, we are continuing my path through my chronological reread of Stephen King. In my most recent video, I did my vlog of my reread of The Stand. And as has become tradition around here during my chronological reread, once I've done the vlog, I then go over to Goodreads.com and find a selection of the 1-star reviews just to see what the people who really hate these books absolutely think of them. And that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to pick out maybe 10 1-star reviews and round off with one 5-star review, just so we're balanced out a bit and ending on a high. So stick around if you want to see what the people who really dislike The Stand, even those who dislike The Stand more than me, what they think of it, because that's coming up. Train. With a massive horn. Careful. Okay, before we go on to Goodreads.com, a couple of quick plugs. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, you can become a member, you can become a constant viewer, get early access to regular videos, also exclusive access to members only videos, and some cool emojis too, including a train emoji, so whenever that happens you can drop it in the comments. So link for that is in the description. You can also find links to my own collection of short stories, Once More Around the Sun, and my range of Stephen King themed band shirts. So do check out those if any of them sound like a bit of something you might be interested in. I didn't think what I was saying there, did I? Anyway, let's go over to Goodreads.com and see what the 1-star haters think at The Stand. Okay, so on Goodreads then, for The Stand. The Stand has an overall average rating of 4.35 out of 5, which is pretty high, and obviously way higher than I rated it as a 2 out of 5. So that's from 789,023 ratings, and there are 31,440 reviews. Now, filtering them down to 1 stars, there are just under 10,000. There are 9,992 1-star reviews and ratings. That amounts to just 1%. So let's have a look. Just going to read a few. So, Susanna, I've hated the last 1,200 pages of this book's 1,200. And some may say, but Susanna, it's an apocalypse. You love apocalypses. Well, this here's the exception that proves the rule. It lacks all the details I love in this kind of fiction. The logistics of feeding, cleaning and keeping safe millions of survivors are not even mentioned. All they care about is looting guns and bikes. All these characters carry more guns than Jane from Firefly. All? No, the girls don't get more than a derringer. I find it really strange how 20 minutes after the fall of civilization, normal men become walking tanks, while the girls' more peaceful option would be, I think, the clever one. Except their male friends get all, don't go there, you'll totally get raped. And then they go there, and they do. Therefore, in my opinion, girls really ought to get the bigger guns. And this is a very, very long review. Let's see if there's... Cool, wow, it's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Okay. All that said, and said at length, I hated The Stand because of reasons, not because it's a truly bad book. The writing is all right, the characters are well defined, and most relationships reasonably deep. Even the plot is okay if you're into political and supernatural mumbo jumbo. There you go. Next up, Mike. At least 3 of my friends recommended this book to me. I don't think I'm going to hang out with those dudes anymore. King can spin a good yarn, Misery and Thinner are pretty good. This story, however, was spread a little too thin. No, way too thin. I guess he was going for some kind of Lord of the Rings epic, but it came across as just an overlong dweebathon. Interesting? Yasmin. Amazing writing and development, but it was so lengthy that the good bits get lost in a sea of utter crap. Not worth reading. Ending is quite disappointing. I was going to give it 2 stars for it wasn't that horrible really, but it wasted a lot of my precious time, and therefore it gets 1 star, nothing more. Okay. Daisy. So it looks like she started writing a review that was 2.75 stars, but it's all like she's sort of struck through it, and she's just put underneath, yeah, nah, I hated this book, lowering the rating, Lamau. There we go. So, a lengthy review here from Joe. I have never read any Stephen King before in my life. I'm not sure I've seen many of the film adaptations of these books either, but there are so many I'm sure I've glanced one or two. I don't feel qualified to write much about this one. It is simply a case of I did not enjoy it, but there are one or two things I'd like to mention. So mentions that you can see what a good author King actually is. And there are a few other things. All in all, I seriously didn't enjoy this book, but it definitely hasn't put me off King at all. Been recommending many of his others, which I fully intend to read. Didn't like the book, don't mind the author. That's fair enough. Liz, I tried. Lord knows how hard I tried to finish this abomination of a book. But if Stephen King taught me anything with his other abortion of the book, Tommyknockers, it's that the time we have in life is too short to waste on books where the author thinks every little thought and idea should be included in a book. Yeah, okay, and then it's quite a long review. Margaret, did not finish at 50%. This started out so strong and compelling, then totally fell flat on its face, in my opinion. There is so much focus on character building, but the story itself needs to actually continue on rather than almost disappear completely for the middle of the book. I guess I just don't like most of Stephen King's works. I'm giving up on his novels altogether. No retry on the Dark Tower series for me. Okay. Camry Roberts, this is a horrible book. I was thinking of giving it 2 stars mainly because the idea was so intriguing that it made me read it in the first place, but anything more than 1 star would be condoning the many serious problems that make this book an utter disgrace. And then, wow, there's a very long review there. This was an utter disappointment. And last one for the 1-star reviews. So John Bollinger, this book was just terrible. Dichotomous morality, heavy-handed storytelling, needless pandering, the glorification of the simple man, yeah, that's Tom Cullen, and the degradation of knowledge. Would not recommend. So those are the 1-star reviews, but as I like to do here, let's round off with a 5-star. You'll remember my own rating was 2 out of 5, so a 5-star review. This is quite a lengthy one. Oh, Jesus, wow, this is a very lengthy one. It's like a diary of reading. You know, so the first review is by someone called Justin Tate. It seems to be sort of almost blogging their review of reading this book in 2020. I'm not going to read that here, but if you want to, it's the top rated 5-star review on Goodreads. So let's instead go with Kemper. You know what's really scary? Getting sick while you're reading the first part of The Stand. Just try running a fever, going through a box of tissues and guzzling the better part of a bottle of NyQuil while Stephen King describes the grisly deaths of almost everyone on Earth from the superflu. On top of feeling like crap, you'll be terrified. Bonus. And what else does this reviewer have to say? Picks out a few things that doesn't like, but then the things that irritate me are still far outweighed by one of my favourite stories of an apocalyptic battle between good and evil. I'm also glad to get a long overdue audio edition of this book. Great narration and 40 plus hours of end of the world horror. 40 hours. Make for a damn fine listening experience. So there we go. Kemper's 5-star review there. Oh, this one's quite a nice start. I'm going to just read the start of another 5-star review because it's the same joke that I made almost to Lynn. It just says M-O-O-N, that spells damn, what a great book. I guess M-O-O-N also spells, hey, we all have different opinions on art, and that is a good thing because that's what makes us human. And if we all thought the same about everything, there wouldn't be any point in creating anything, would there? So let me know, where are you on the spectrum of 1 to 5-star ratings of The Stand? Are you a 1-star? Are you a 5-star? Are you a 2-star like me? Are you a 3? Are you a 4? Are you something in between? Drop your 5-star rating or drop your rating out of 5 for The Stand in the comments and let me know, okay? So there we go, some 1-star reviews of The Stand. Have they made you think about this book differently? As I said, let me know what your rating out of 5 for The Stand would be. And well, we're done with The Stand, so onwards in our chronological reread to The Long Walk next. I'm looking forward to rereading that one, especially with the movie hopefully coming out in 2025. All very exciting. Do check out links to my own collection of short stories, my Stephen King t-shirt range, and of course, if you like what I'm doing here and you're not already, please become a member, become a constant viewer. You get exclusive content, you get early access to regular content, you get some fun emojis as well, and you get to join this nice little community of fellow Stephen King nerds that we're building here. Thank you as ever for watching. Much love. Take care. See you soon.